Now, with the spread of the coronavirus affecting everything, mitigating it has become a growing concern. That's why many companies are mandating or recommending that as many employees as possible work remotely until the virus can be slowed. Plenty of people fantasize about working from the comfort of their own home, foregoing their commute in favor of more sleep, family, or exercise time. But working remotely is a double-edged sword. Sure, you get to stay home, but it can be harder to focus on actually working. So how best can you work from home and still be productive? I'm being joined by a productivity expert, the President, Institute of Productivity and Business Innovation Management, Mr. Remi Dairo. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Dairo. Now, before COVID-19, how would you measure Nigeria's labor productivity?
Before then, I think Nigeria was just, we're on an average. And I must say that we're not really doing very well in the global rating. So there are a lot of things to be done. Then COVID-19 came in, and then we could see that we're not really ready for the global productivity we're already talking about. Because of the event of technology invention, we are not really using it as far as work is concerned. We have been dependent on going to work physically. So we want to know if you come to work today, click in, click out. So it has been our lifestyle. Signing register and saying, oh, I'm at work today. Oh, you didn't come to work yesterday because I didn't see you signing. So now that COVID-19 has come in, is in now, a lot of people have been out of work, and then work is not going on because we have not been using technology for a long time.
Now, how do you think the order for a lot of people to work from home, how do you think this will impact productivity?
So in Nigeria, there are a lot of challenges working from home. If you don't have the challenge of electricity power to power your, your tools to be able to work, you have a problem of data, having enough data to carry that out. Then number three, there are not enough tools. So how many workers really have laptop or desktop or, those tools to really work from home? Probably even a good phone to work from home and getting the right apps and all that. So that is a technical challenge. Number two is the challenge of, being in a home that is not comfortable enough to really be productive. You have your children with you, you have a family, and then you're looking for a place or a space to work, and then you see a lot of distraction, and then somebody is cooking in the kitchen, and then you are hearing noise, probably a religion organization outside is making noise, and then before you know, you are just in a noisy, distractive environment here in Nigeria or probably in Africa, and it might be very difficult to really be productive. But then some are really finding it hard to make it happen. Because
are there opportunities in this?
Yes, there are opportunities. This is the time to, number one, to find out what you said you would do before because you've been so busy. You go to work you wake up early in the morning, 5 a.m., you come back 10 or 9, depending on what kind of work you're doing. So number one is to find out what exactly did you say you would do before if you are not really busy. Some people will start to write their books right now. We're going to get some best, books, authors or international authors this time because they could find the time to write books. Some will also find a way of, learning some things online. There are many online courses you can learn today. You can do your first degree, second degree, even online, depending on what you're doing. And then depending on the kind of course you want to do, there are also free courses you can learn at this point in time. You can also use this time to get across to your relatives and customers, or getting feedback from people that you're trying to look to get feedback from. So this is the right time to do all those things because you are not as busy as you were before COVID-19 came.
Nigeria is a peculiar country. We have consistent electricity issues. How does this support the work from home order?
Yes, so I said that. I said, getting your system powered or getting your tools powered for productivity is key at a time like this. So electricity power is very, very important when we're talking about productivity for the 21st century. You need your tools to be charged, you need your phone to be charged, you need your laptop to be on, and you need a lot of things to be on when you want to be really productive from home. So I think it's very key, very, very important. And then our our parastatal that is in charge of that must also keep that in mind, that this is the time to have electric power supply 24/7 when we are staying at home working.
Yeah, but can Nigeria really boast of a functional internet? That's another challenge, that we have there, because if you have to work remotely, you need the internet services.
Yeah. So we have three. Yeah, I think we have three, and other ones that are not popular that are giving internet. But I tell you, many of these internet companies at this period of demand on data, demand on their services, the service has been very poor. So we cannot work from home if the internet is not working, if data are fluctuating, as the case may be. And also, sometimes it's very expensive for an average Nigerian to keep buying data because we want to work. So how much are they giving me? How much am I collecting as salary? And I'm not going to now use all my money, all my food money to go and invest into data. So I think being expensive, we need to look at that. And I think I want to appeal to the company that are in charge of data to try to reduce the amount that they will charge on data, especially at a time like this. That could be their contribution. So how can we have data lesser so that people can work, work surfing the internet and then working from home, because it is very key to our day-to-day work activity.
So how can one be productive and not forget their to-do list? Their to-do list, right. Because when you stay at home, you're working from home, of course, you're very comfortable, you have to watch your TV, you have to lounge, you have to eat, and then you might just forget what your bosses would have asked you to do.
So, number one is, when you wake up in the morning, you must do your rituals. The rituals are the things that keeps you awake, that keeps you energy alive. Some have to do some prayers, some have to do exercises in the morning, some have to do a lot of things just to keep the body and soul alive. Then sometimes you might need to take very hot tea and then just be alive. That's the first thing. Number two is to now identify, what do I want to do today? You need to write them down. It shouldn't be on your mind, or you say, I have it in my brain. No. What do I want to do today? 1, 2, 3. After identifying that, where will I work in this house? So everybody must create a place in the house where it's a working zone. Nobody goes there. Your children don't go there. You have a table there. You have lighting off. You have your books, you have dictionary, you have your system there. So there's a zone called work zone at home. So it's very important. Then number 3 is to sit down and work. Probably is to find the time to work. So if I'm going to say I'm going to work from 9 a.m., you must be on your seat by 9 a.m. You must be working. So you must not be distracted. Distraction can take you away from the goal of work. So I think you must have the time. Then number 4, probably number 5 now, is to sit down to work. So if you're going to do 2 hours, sit down, do the 2 hours. Don't move around to kitchen. I have to off this. Oh, I have to go and check this. If you do that too much, you're going to encroach into your working time.
Now, do you see this COVID-19 pandemic changing the way the world, works and, of course, labor productivity?
It's really changing it now. It's really changing it now because many organizations who think that they are IT-driven, they've asked their staff to go and work from home, and they are getting nothing, because they are not empowered. So the question is, do the staff really have the tools? How many organizations give their staff laptop or system to go and work from home? Have you tried this before? I've been talking about this even on this show, talking about flexible work. It's a new work in the global phase. But we are used to. I didn't see you yesterday. You didn't come to work yesterday. I didn't see you signing in. Some people will sign in and they are not working. And we have said this all over time, that people can be at work and not working because you just want them to appear at work. Now, I think after COVID-19 epidemic season, we will now have to redefine work and then understand what flexible work is, and then we can allow people to even work from home. It will reduce the space at work. We will not just have a gigantic, a building where we have staff. No, we can have cloud where people upload things. We can share things in the cloud. When I say cloud, now you understand what I'm saying? Cloud space. So instead of us having to have a large crowd in the office and then we are touching one another, and we are just, that's who we are. But we need to now redefine. How many people should come to work today? If you are not relevant today, stay at home and then send us documents. We check from our system. I tell you, there are a lot of tools, free tools, productive tools on the internet, free apps. We should exploit at this point in time, because the way work is done and business is done is changing. And if you are not changing, you'll be changed. If you are not disrupting, you'll be disrupted.
Now, aside from the companies, what about the service providers? How do you think they can actually support now for people to actually do their work from home and also be productive?
Yes, for service providers, I think it is time to rethink how you provide your services. Using the online approach is key now. And then using logistics supplies and getting things to your customers remotely is key now. And I'm also thinking of something this morning. So if a customer says, I need a pot of soup, or I need a particular product, and I don't want to have social contact, can we have a place where we drop things? And then that place, I come there, I drop for my customers, customer come in, and they already paid, and then I give them access. And then when they are given access, they pick their product. So I think we need to disrupt the way business is being done today, because things are changing and the world will never remain the same after COVID-19.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Remi Dairo. He's the President, Institute of Productivity and Business Innovation Management.